Welcome to Bunny's Designs. I was playing with this set of professional watercolours that I acquired in a set in a fantastic eBay purchase probably 10-15 years ago, and by mistake my daughter took these to play with, but since she got distinction star, can't complain. So anyway, never mind. So I've got these professional watercolours which I've bought, and I've been playing with the 6 colours. But I managed to buy some of these little pans empty, and I thought, well, I'm going to use these. So I've been identifying the blues, and I've actually bought, they were only a pound or so, so I bought some, so I actually know, because these are not named like the Windsor and Newton ones, but I think these are student grade ones. They're in the little Windsor and Newton sets. They're very good quality, but I want to keep professional ones in here. So, and because the yellows have kind of been used a little bit too much, I thought I would sort them out. So I've got 6 of those and 4 of those colours, and that's going to, and there is probably there's definitely a raw umber in there. But hey ho, I'll just check. That's a burnt sienna, and I would think that's a burnt sienna. That looks more like a raw sienna, but I think that's a raw. They're not identical. One's a raw and one's a burnt, but I think this one could be. Oh no. So I don't have a raw sienna. There must be a raw sienna in there. Maybe I'm just not doing that enough. Confused now. So that's the professional one. And we need to get a good mix on there. And this is the sienna one. Now those two are the same. This is different. So I don't have a raw sienna. I've got a raw umber in there. But never mind. I can live without it. It is a nice colour, that raw sienna. And then these two must both be I might put that one in. I cannot believe there isn't burnt sienna in there. But obviously, probably is. That is probably raw sienna. There will be a difference between professional and... so we've got... and that's the Windsor and Newton, so I don't know that one. So we've got those in there. I'm pretty sure that this one is going to be... raw umber, and because then you don't have to take too much off, because it'll squidge out if you do. And again, that is slightly different, so that's good. But I think that's a burnt umber, and that'll be a raw umber. do this one. This one should be this one. It isn't, but it doesn't matter because I've got it here, so that's going in there as well. So I've had a good play, and then because I've had this this set for a while, somebody gave me a box full, so I thought what I'm going to do is just make a little bit of a card, just to give me a rough idea till I get used to them. Because and I took them all out and then I put them all back in again, but I want to take them out again now. So I'll get in a clean piece of paper. So, they want to go back in there. I've taken the black and white out. I won't use black and white. So I'm going to put those in there. So all those are the Windsor and Newton ones. And I've got, I'm going to put the yellow, that's lemon yellow, but it's the, so I'm going to put the lemon yellow into this one. Should probably take that pink out maybe. There, so I've got 6 and I need 10. I just realised I need 10, don't I? So I'm going to pop some of these out of here. So I've done this because I want to use these in the pretty sure this one will come out quite easily. Be a little bit careful and follow my own rules. If it's going to slip, it's not going to cut me. That's my rule. Sometimes they pop out quite well. Sometimes they don't. These are the ones that I've used for the little so I'll probably stick those in the book actually. I've cut them to stick them in my little book of watercolours. So I've got 4. Go and slide those over there. So now I should have 10. So I need 2. The yellows are going to go in clean ones really. So I've got 4 yellows. And I've got another 4 yellows. Well, that's French ultramarine anyway, so, and that's ultramarine, so they're the 2 blues. 3 blues, 2 reds, and the brown. So we want 4 yellows, and so if I put 4 yellows there, so I've got 3 blues to get in here. So if we move all these browns across, try and keep them in order. So what I want to do is to have from dark, put the browns in there. I think that raw umber's going to go in that one there. they stick in here a bit. Get them in. A bit fiddly. I think that one. Because then I don't have to think about it. When I'm just doing colours, I know that one's lighter than the other, and I can just, they're all in order. I'm not normally a finicky little person, but quite like that idea. And then I've got 1 or 2 alizarin crimsons, but I think they're all the same, but I can live with that. So we've got another alizarin crimson. I don't have any greens. I've got 3 blues. So the blues, I've got a deep Prussian blue, which is quite dark. I'll take that one out of there. Move that one up. Put Prussian blue in there. I'll take the greens. They'll go in the middle somewhere because I don't have another green to go in there. So I think that one's slightly darker than that one. So I've got Prussian blue. I think then it's that one, then it's that one, and we'll have French ultramarine. That's the 2 blues, and then last of all we've got cerulean blue, and then we'll have the yellows. So the cold yellows are going to go first, which will be, I just can't get these away. So we're going to have a lemon yellow. Oops, that was your lemon yellow. A lemon yellow, a cadmium yellow, and then, oopsie, I can put a smidgen more up there, and we've cracked it. So the 3 yellows are going. Oh, that's bigger. It doesn't go in there. Okay then. Right. You're in. Oopsie. So you're in there. That's yellow. I need alizarin crimson. In there. And then crimson in there, and cad red in there, and then that, unless I do 2, 4, 6, 7. No, I've only got room for 5, so that's the 5 greens. Put those over there. So I've got five greens in there. So we'll put that in in there, and it's going to take a little while to dry, is that. Lemon yellow was going in that one. And that looks quite a lot. That's going to last me a long time, and yet I've hardly done any damage to that, so that's quite nice. Quite impressed with that. So we wanted cadmium yellow in that one. Yep, and then gamboge. I've lost a yellow. No, I haven't. Gamboge and Naples yellow. I think I'd like that one to go. I think that's Naples yellow. I'm going to put you all in. So cadmium yellow is going with this one. And I think I'm going to put this one into here because this is a bit of a strange colour. It's very good for skin tones. Yellow ochre is looking a little bit drab, but never mind. And then this is gamboge. So gamboge is probably that one. Yeah, it is. That's gamboge. I thought it was. But never mind. It's in there. So I could change those two around. Because I've done that wrong. Oh, I've done that wrong. Never mind. I can put blush and brown in there. Blush and blue in there. Silly me. Better wash that out because if I don't, better not use that because it will turn Prussian blue solid colour. So we need to move those up. So we want a cerulean blue there. French ultramarine. Prussian blue wants to go up here, so we'll put Prussian blue in here. And didn't squeeze it down enough, but there we go. Pretty sure that's Prussian blue, but and cerulean blue. French ultramarine. I don't know how long this takes to dry out, but probably a week, I would think. But you can still use them. So cad red's going in there, and Elysian crimson. Oh, it's going in there. And the reason I'm doing this is I don't have to go in this tube for a long time now. Because getting tops on and off is right. So that's given me a full tin, and it's just sometimes again, I'm not into colour mixing, so those can go safe away. I'm going to actually put them in a tin. If you put tubes of paint in a tin, they last quite a long time. And give it an extra few years out of them. I'm pretty sure that's yellow as well, but never mind. So I've got a little bit of yellow ochre. I don't need that anymore. Put that away. These can go in this little pot, so just shut that up. These can just sit in here. And I've got the professional watercolours. I thought there were 2 whites. Yes, there was 2 whites. And then these colours, I've actually already got them. But there's 2 greens there. I can put that one into there. Because these are tiny. I'm not going to use them. They can go in there because I can't get this open, but well. So they can go away. Oops. So I've now got 39 in there. I don't know why I haven't got 40, but I've got 39. And that's going to be quite ample. I mean, it's going to not have me water mixing every 5 minutes, which I do normally like, but when I'm meant to colour in, I don't really want to do a lot of mixing. And there's a lot of traditional colours in there. I squeezed that one out, which was the Madder Rose. And being a proper set, it's got like the proper colours in them, as I call them. So there's a Prussian blue in there. But names really don't matter much to me at the moment. So what I'm going to do is divide this up. I'm going to do it into 40 because it's just easier. And I'm just going to make have a pencil somewhere. Put that back now because I'm not using that. So, although we're metric in the UK, I'm a feet and inches girl, I'm afraid, so I can't help myself. If I measure that, so let's do it this way. I don't remember Tim Holt's one is. Oh, I wasn't going to do that, was I? No, I was going to do 4 1/4. Drawn lines on it now, which was silly. Again, not sure the brain's working, but oops. Again, I'm not doing it just for a colour swatch. I'm doing it for a grade scale because I do like my grade scales. Because you know, adding different amounts of water, what you get. Now, it only obviously works with watercolour. So we've got 4. Is it 4 1/4? Why am I? So 4 1/4. Oops, which is 2. Oopsie. And I need 3, so we've got only has to be rough, really. It's just to hold a little bit of colour. And so that's 2 and 2. If I do 2 and that's 16. I don't really want 16. No, 2, 4, 6, 8. 6, 9, 12. That's a shame. It's going to have to be half and half, isn't it? Never mind. Need to keep the ruler flat, really. That would help, wouldn't it? So that's given me something, and it just will fit in there if I just take the corners off. I don't think I can. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36 and 39. So I can leave the middle ones, that's okay. I might do a Payne's grey if I feel like it. Yeah, I could do some greys on 3, couldn't I? That's fine. So I think the easiest way is to spray it with water. spray that with water, but I'm just going to dry this. Probably a bit too much water, but never mind. Remember, this is a tin, so it needs to really needs to be dry because it'll. So I probably won't be taking this out with me, but one should never say never. If I want to mix, I've got a mixing palette there. We think that would fit on there, do we? I can just do a bit of jiggery pokery, as we say. So just see what this is doing. I think the colours look quite well. That's a very pale. It's probably quite okay, that one. Put that on there. Get my magic. I think that's a little bit better. Put that over there. I'm not going to bother writing what they are, but I do need the water pot. Now this is going to break my heart. This, I hate wasting colour. In fact, I've decided I'm not going to do that with a normal brush. I'm going to use this big wigger, because what this will do is it will take colour on the end, and it's damp, so I'm not going to fill the brush with paint. I'm just going to use what's on the end. Maybe I should just swap those two. Hey ho, so oops, I'll leave the end ones. And I just want oops, I just need a bit of a scale going on here. So maybe I did have just a touch. Remember, these are professional watercolours, so I don't really want to. You'll probably find that they're the same. They want swapping. That's cad yellow, that's lemon yellow. Oh no, we're going that way around, aren't we? Yep. Probably find that some of these are very similar. And again, I'm being a real tight Yorkshire lass here. I think that's got a mixture of all sorts in it. So they're not really technically in order, but never mind. We've got a good indication of what's going to go on. am dampening the brush on a paper towel to really get... Now that to me looks like French ultramarine. So there's really a lot of water coming off there. And that's French ultramarine as well. And I think this could be French ultramarine. Yeah, they're very similar. That's French ultramarine. That's Senelia. That one is the Windsor and Newton, and this I think would be, this set has to have a French ultramarine, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be French ultramarine as well. Oh, I was wrong. That looks like a cobalt blue. And those two are very similar. You don't have to do this, it's just to give you a little bit of an idea. And that's green vermilion. Pretty sure that's sap green, this one. This looks like hooker's green. Could be. I think hooker's green. I think this is hooker's green. Hooker's green is a really good one for foliage. So I think that's probably hooker's green. Yeah, that one's hooker's green. That one. This looks like a cad red. And this is cad red from Senelia, so these should be quite similar, these two. Oh, that must be a hue then. It's going to be a cad red hue, that one. Because neither of those look like cad red, but that one is definitely cad red. See what this one does. I think those two are cad red. That's probably I don't think it's Elysian Crimson, those are Elysian Crimsons. That could be Vermilion. Vermilion is just slightly warmer than cad. So the cad reds really should be up here, but I'm going to go in that one. Oops. And this is cad yellow. So I'm pretty sure those two are cad yellows. And they will vary slightly in different makers, because obviously they've got their different compounds and their different ways of making them. So it's a secret, you see. So years and years ago, Mr. Newton and Mr. Windsor didn't tell anybody else how to make their colours. This is a cad yellow as well. And this is yellow ochre. And again, if I was going to buy any colour, I would buy yellow ochre because it's fab for and this is probably a cad orange, I think, because this is a professional set, so this will be cad orange. And we've got cadmium Windsor and Newton cad red. And this will be Senelia cad red, I think. Is this the cad red I had? Oh no, this is the one that was in the tin, I think. Again, pretty sure that's a cad red. This is Elysian Crimson. And then this is Windsor and Newton Elysian Crimson. Actually, I don't think that is Elysian Crimson, that one. I think that one is, this is Elysian Crimson. But this is the Senelia, I think. Yeah. Or Rose Madder. But you'd have an Elysian Crimson before you'd have a Rose Madder. This could be Elysian Crimson. Nope. This is a purple, so I don't know what this one is. It's not a true colour, but it's fine. And this could be Rose Madder, this one. I think this is Rose Madder. And this is Rose Madder Brown. Oh, that's that one, and that one, and that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have done that, but silly me. This is Rose Madder Brown. And this one should be, I think, raw sienna. Guessing that's raw sienna. And this one will be this one's raw sienna as well, because there will be a raw sienna in here, but there is a slight difference in colour, because that's from the Senelia, I think, and this is in the actual set. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. I'll be colouring in watercolour very shortly. Just making a recording because I decided to put all my professional watercolours in this little set. Can't tip it up because I've put my professional watercolours in 6 colours. So I'm just filling a little bit of a colour sheet out because I gave these to my daughter took these by accident, and she's been playing with them. So again, this is raw umber. I think this one, it's raw sienna, is warmer than raw umber. And I think this one is I think that's burnt umber. Just going to see if I can get a little bit more into that one. goes darker than that a little bit. And I think the last one should be burnt umber. So that should be darker still. Because I want to work in the Kirby Roseanne, but sometimes I'm not really well enough to mix my own colours. So I've got them now. And I was too frightened to use these, and my daughter's just kind of gone in there and oh, hi Lynn. Yes, I probably know them all, but it was just for the colours. It was just the colours. None of them are actually marked in there, but I'm guessing that's lemon yellow, that's the cad yellow, Sinelia, that's the cad yellow that I've put in a tube, Naples yellow, and there's just a touch of something in there. I'll get that out. In there will be lemon yellow. That looks like yellow ochre. That's kind of got all sorts mixed in it now, but I would guess that's a yellow, a pale yellow. I put that one in, which is Naples yellow. Where's my little bag? I tell a lie, I don't think that one's Naples yellow. I think that one's... I wanted to get the professional watercolours in there, so I put my blues in there. That one's Naples yellow. That's lemon yellow. I put French ultramarine in there. I think that's French ultramarine. Those two, that's cobalt. Those two are French ultramarine. I've put that one in, which is Prussian blue, but I think that's Prussian blue as well. And then there's French ultramarine in there. And then there's the greens. I'm guessing, I think that's Hooker's green. And I think that's sap green. Or maybe those are the wrong way around. That's sap green. That's Hooker's green. And that could be Hooker's green, that one. Then there's some cad reds, cad orange. That's a cad orange. Those two are cad reds. That's a cad red. That's a cad red. Guessing that's rose madder. Or vermilion. So I think that's vermilion. Those two are cad reds. They're cad oranges. They're cad reds. They're Elysian crimsons. I think that could be rose madder. And then that could be rose madder. And that's obviously rose purple. There's a madder purple, I think. Those are raw sienna. That could be burnt sienna. They're raw umber, and that's burnt umber. Just guessing. But because this is a professional watercolour set, I'm guessing that's what they would use. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Yes. Oh, well, good, because everybody should have one of those. I'm just thinking if I actually clip that into there, it might just stop. Just cut a little bit off. So again, I don't really need that, but just until I get used to it. Just until I get used to it, because those two are different. That's vermilion. That's vermilion, is that one. So there's three or four greens there that I recognise. And I managed to do that without using too much water. I don't know what it is about sleeping. I've only had about 5 hours again. It's just trying to function on 5 hours is not easy. So I didn't waste a lot of colour. That's the tissue I was wiping off. So I've done quite well with the colour, because I say this is professional watercolour. So I'm glad I've got those in there. I don't either stick it in there. I'll probably stick it in here. Because if I'm very, very careful... Oops, that's not dry. Oh, I was going to make a Payne's grey. So let's make a Payne's grey. And Payne's grey is French ultramarine. And we want a touch of water in that, don't we? Yes. With oh, I just touched that one actually. I think that's a better one. What did I say that was? What did I say that was? I said that was duh. Whoopsie. Oh, that one's Indian red because I took that out and it's squished out. So that one is Indian mad red. I call it Indian red, that one. So actually I can squeeze that into there when it's gone. Raw umber, that one. So that's raw umber, that's burnt umber. So raw umber and French ultramarine makes Payne's grey. That wasn't too bad. It's not brilliant, but it's a lovely grey, is that? It's Payne's grey. And if you put a touch more blue into it, that's a Prussian blue actually. Oops. So Prussian blue is here. No, that's not Prussian blue. Oops, sorry. Where's Prussian blue gone? That's Prussian blue, that one. I thought Prussian blue was darker, bear with me. I think that's Prussian blue. I thought Prussian blue was darker. There's a darker blue. It's not that one because that's got a hint of something else in it. So sometimes it's quite nice to take your French ultramarine and to change it. So if I just wash that out and put a touch more so you want maybe half and half. Again, it's gone back to grey. That's Payne's grey. And that's a gorgeous warm grey. Oh, sorry, Lynn. Just try rebooting. I think there's something wrong with Ustream. Mine looks okay. But if it doesn't, I'll come out of it and start again. But mine looks okay. And it says I'm still recording. So let me know if it doesn't come back. Ustream is definitely not behaving itself. Definitely not. So we've got a Payne's grey. What else can we make? We've got quite a lot of colours there. The greys are nice to make on your own because, in fact, if we took that back a little bit, that's French ultramarine. Sorry, I put Prussian blue in that, didn't I? Yes, I did. This is Payne's grey. Payne's grey is colder. Sorry, look, there we go. Look, it's the Idiot's Test. That's Payne's grey. Yeah, that's Payne's grey. I thought Payne's grey was a little bit cooler. So, which is silly because French ultramarine is warmer than Prussian blue. Prussian blue makes a warmer grey. So we'll just put a touch more French ultramarine into there. And a touch more, what did I said that was raw umber. And so we have a gorgeous, oh, it's still too blue. You've just got to play with it till it gets just right. And now that's brown. It's, you just got to get it right. That's it. That's Payne's grey. That's Payne's grey. I don't want to take too much off there. That's Payne's grey. But I like the other one better because it's warmer. And again, making your own greys is so much nicer. Whoopsie. So, as an experiment, because I've never done this before, I only know about Payne's grey. Let's take cobalt blue, sorry, cerulean blue, it's not quite thick enough, isn't that? And I have taken the black out, and then we'll have the same brown in there. So I've made 3 greys. Just put a touch more blue in there. Did you manage to come back? Just making a grey. I'm just experimenting. I've never done this before, and again it's going green because there's a lot of yellow in oh no, there isn't. There's no yellow in it. Just ignore me. So we've got a greeny grey. So again, I'll just go back in there with the brown. We don't want a brown and we don't want a blue. We want a grey. Again, now that's a lovely colour, but it's not what we want. So we'll keep going. I mean, I'm actually doing it on paper. I think that's a grey. Oh, is it? It's a grey, but it's a greeny grey. So I don't really want a greeny grey. I want a grey grey. So we've got some really lovely browns, but we want it's probably a lot easier. Now there's a grey. That's a grey. So we've got 3 greys. We've got a warm, a cold, and a greeny grey. I just want a touch more. But as I say, I've never done this before, so. And it is a bit difficult mixing with a rigger. But they're gorgeous. So in there, I've taken out the white and I've taken out the black. It's a grey, but it's a bit of a greeny grey, and I don't want a greeny grey. Oops, I didn't hit the water. It's a grey, but it's a browny grey. It's a browny grey. So again, it's a touch of the blue in there. And I'll wet that one because that one is the... So there's some really nice greys there. With 3 blues and raw umber. Oh, hi Dorothy, morning. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. Did you get your picture back, Lynn? Hi, beloved ghost. And you'll have to forgive me, but all the names I knew yesterday I've now forgotten. So I've just been putting in my, I'm going to colour in the Colin Thompson, no I'm not, I'm going to colour in the Imagimorphia, and I'm on the balloon, and I was looking at Victorian balloon colours, so I'm going to do it Victorian colours, and I've been desperate to put my professional watercolours that I've been, the Windsor and Newton ones, into a pot. And my daughter, I'd forgotten about this. Again, this came in the £28, and these are about £100, I think. I know they're very expensive. This came in my little box that I bought from eBay for £28. And I've never been able to use them, and they were almost brand new. And my daughter asked for some watercolours, and I said, oh yes, I'd got some, and I must have been ill. And I didn't realise she'd taken these and used them for school. And it's like, oops. But never mind, can't do anything about it now. So I thought I'd just do a bit of a colour switch. So I've put my colours in, and they'll eventually dry out. They'll dry out. And again, say she's kind of really annihilated these, but hey ho, you can't do anything about it. And I couldn't shout at her if I could have her. So she did get a distinction star. So but I would have preferred her to play with. I'm just going to try and fit that in there, just temp. And the brain definitely wouldn't. I don't know why I'm laughing about what I should have done. Is just done this and stuck it in with some double-sided tape because it's too big now. And again, I've put it on watercolour paper because somebody gave me a few boxes of these years ago. A whole box with hundreds of these in. I've never used them, so it's a collection of what the different types of paper are, and they're fab. So I actually can see something that I want to use. So I thought that would be a bit easier, and I could still probably manage to take this to a model show. So, and I won't be doing a lot of colour mixing. And I won't be doing a lot of colour mixing, so ow, sorry, gee whiz. Again, if nobody else is streaming, I will be doing a marathon today because I'm in agony, and that's the last word I want to say on the matter. Because it's so boring here and somebody whinge all the time. Come on, silly thing. Oh, silly thing, come on. We will get there eventually. Don't you just love double-sided sticky tape? Having said that, it beats the heck out of folding sellotape in half, like I used to have to do, so I shouldn't grumble really. But again, folding sellotape in half is no mean feat. And in theory, I will be using it like this. So before I make the big mistake, I will be using it upside down. But it will take a few weeks for that to completely dry, I think. I'm pretty sure it will. But it's not going anywhere, and that means now I've got all those colours to mix, because I was going to pop them into this, but I certainly can't be messing with that because that is definitely going to be falling apart. So put that while I know where that is. So I've been having a look, and again, this is not going to be the easiest thing to hold, but the idea is I'm just going to use them a little bit wet on here. Probably going to use these three, I think, because I want a little bit of a watercolour effect. I'm going to go for highlights, I think. So I'm going to get the little pot of water, which I used yesterday, which has got a little bit dirty now. But to do the whoops, take some out of my glass. Quick slurp, as Floyd used to say, bless him. And then I've got a little water pot there. Just a baby wipe, and we should be there. So I'm going to stop this video, and then that's my little setup with my three riggers. I've got a number 5, a number 6 and a number 3, and they're Pro Art. I think 103 is a series, and that's all I need for my watercolouring. So thank you for watching.